Hi, I'm Debbie, and welcome to Divine Destiny with Debbie. Today we're reading for April 25th, 26th, 27th, and 28th, Monday through Thursday. Now, of course, I am going to use, and this part is just the introduction. I will put in the timestamp when to start your actual readings in the description below. So this is the introduction. This is like the overview. But for the main readings, I will use my Radley Valentine Archangel Power Tarot cards, and I will also use my Guardian Angel cards. I will pick one from my Emily Anderson crystal deck also. For this introduction, we're going to use the regular Waite Rider and the Colette Baron Reed The Good Tarot. Now, I have prayed, meditated, and infused all the decks with Reiki energy. Just remember, this is a general reading. It may or may not resonate. So we have had a lot of solar storms going on. We've had a lot of energy fluxes. We've had, the planets are still going direct until April 29th. That's when Pluto will be going retrograde. It will stay in Capricorn though. So we still, we might be revisiting some of the things we've just revisited. Now we also have Gemini, Mercury going into Gemini. Now when that happens, you have to understand Gemini is very, very direct, very frank, very can be brutally honest, in fact. So when Mercury, which is the planet of communication, also of electronics, there could be some extreme frankness and bluntness in communications during that time. Now, when we get into May, we will have, Mercury will be going retrograde, but that's in May, a little bit longer. We're not there yet. So we have that. The planets have been going direct, and even though we would think that that would be very positive and that would be very, very good, and it's not. It's not that it's not good or not positive. It's just that the planets have been getting very close to each other, so their energies have been even stronger than normal. And it will continue this way for a little bit of time. Now, I have posted about the 4 planets that are in alignment. Well, when we have the new moon, that's going to be around the 30th. The 30th will be the new moon. It will be in Taurus, and we will also have a solar eclipse at that time. So then the new moon, I think the new moon is what joins the alignment. And this alignment is going to get stronger and stronger. So interesting times, as always. The planets, many of the spiritual texts say look to the heavens, and the planets are getting in alignment, and there will be even more of an alignment as we go forward. So let's see what we have here. We're going to ask Traditional Tarot, what's going on in the universe? What do we need to know for the universe? What is it that would be very good for the universe? Can you give us, what can you give us? Remember, this is the universal overview, and the smaller ones, not the smaller ones, the ones that follow will be more specifically for you. Whatever goes on in the universe, we still have to live our lives. So let's see what we've got here for the universe, universal perspective. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. So I told you that I have prayed, meditated, and infused all the decks with Reiki energy, but also remember, this is a general reading. It may or may not resonate. I am an intuitive channeler. I open myself to higher power. And I do have a new camera stand, so let's see if I can get this a little bit closer without messing it up too much. Okay, let's see what we have here. First card is the star. So we have a 17. Remember, numbers have power also. So, I kind of get, after what I was just saying, look to the stars. We've had a lot of meteorite showers. We're still having those going on too. But the star is full of hope. The star is full of promise. The star is full of things that are going to happen that will be for the betterment. There is a balancing of energy also with this. Just as, we can say that one is pouring into and pouring out of, or one is going up into and coming out of. This person does not have clothes on, so there is a vulnerable time. This is opening ourselves up to some vulnerability. But again, the star is about wishing on the star, is about putting that star out there, putting those hopes, those dreams, and as we come closer to the new moon, which we're not quite there yet. The new moon is about a time of new seasons. So the star is very much full of hope. So we have a 17, which we have a 10. 10s are transitional numbers. 1, new beginning. 0 is God's source energy. 7 is a divine number. Divine umbrella, as I like to call it. Next card is, so now we have an 8. 8, unlimited opportunities, unlimited possibilities. This is the 8 of rods or wands. This is the 8 of fire. This is our Aries, our Leo, our Sagittarius, our, our getting out there, our passion, our, just commitment. Now, this is busy times. This is coming, going, coming, going. Are we catching these? Are we throwing these? This is not necessarily adversarial. This is just very much a time of busy energy. And again, all of these, these solar storms, this ascension energy that we've been going through, it's very busy. So it might not necessarily feel comfortable, and we may not actually feel like we've got a control over this. Okay, so let's go on to the next one. Now we have the Page of Pentacles. This is, the court cards have a dual energy to them. So Page's underlying energy is Earth. Pentacles is Earth energy. That is our Taurus, which we're in, and we're about to come to the Taurus new moon. It is Taurus, it is Virgo, it is Capricorn. It is money, job, career. It is about our home life. It is what we can touch. It's very, very tangible. The Page of Pentacles is generally about a new job, a new way of making money, a new opportunity to make money, getting very eager and very, kind of like seeing the opportunities out there. So we've got something going on that's going to be extremely busy for this week. We've got, wishes and hopes being fulfilled, and also to saying, putting our wishes and hopes. So there is an energy to this that's saying, let's get started. Let's start to live again. Let's start to put our energies out there again. Let's start to have hope again, because the page is like, things are going to get better. Things will get better. But we also have to go back to our star card where we say, we have to put that energy out. Remember, I'm always telling you, ladies and gentlemen, that we are star workers. We are star seeds. We are the ones, that need to be the balance. We need to put out our light, not put it out as in shut it off. We need to shine our light. Okay? And this is going to be that time. But I am being called, my eyes are being called to that Page of Pentacles. And the page is very, very optimistic. The page loves to try. And the page is just like, yeah, I really want this. I want something. So there's movement. There is movement. Hopefully we can feel it. Hopefully we can hold on to that. Okay, let's go on here. Okay. Well, now we come to a reverse card. To me, says that, that's a little bit more power. So we want to pay attention. This is a major arcana. This is a number 8. 8 we've talked about, unlimited opportunities. However, this is also talking about strength. Now, the strength here is, is this that we're going to still need to have some strength to get through this? Definitely this week, but at the same time, this is where we have to pull into ourselves. We have to look and see what it is we need to be strong about. Now, I have always, I'm always telling you, or I haven't told you maybe for a while, you never pray for patience, because when you pray for patience, you have to wait. You never pray for courage, because when you pray for courage, you are put into situations where you need to have courage. The other thing is, you never pray for strength, because then you need strength. Okay, so having said that, this is finding that inner strength. This is finding that connection between the beast and the humanity. And this is also gentling and loving and caring for that beast type of energy. So, it's not necessarily the strength where we have to be forceful and we have to be, harsh to others. This is finding strength through kindness, through gentleness also. It's also, there's kind of a taming of the beast with this strength. That strength may be in our own self. Many times over, you might be in a situation where you want to lash out, and it might be where you just need the strength to hold it in, because lashing out is not going to be productive, is not going to help us through whatever it is. It can only add negative energy. Now, I'm not saying that you don't try and that you don't, continue to keep, shining your light and and shining brightly. It's just, this is really, I'm really getting a lot with the Strength card here, and it's about really holding things, not presenting them, not putting them out there in a harsh negative or just a mean energy. So I'm kind of getting, whatever's going on here, it may push us to want to react in that more negative way, and we're going to really have to find the strength to be kind and to show that we love and that we are loved. So there's a lot with this Strength. Let me know what you think about this, because I really like hearing the shared comments on this. We have hope. We have busy times, which again, those even though the planets are direct, it's really still, they're very close to each other. We have new opportunities, new possibilities, but we need to have strength. We need to be kind. We need to be gentle during this time, and many times that is what takes strength. Okay. Why don't we get going? Please take a moment to like, share, subscribe, click on the bell for notifications. I really appreciate you doing that. You keep the channel moving and keep the channel growing, so thank you. Okay, why don't we start our readings now? Hello, my Geminis. Well, Mercury is about to enter into Gemini. Ooh, speak your piece. You know that you right out there. So let's see what the week holds for my Geminis as we lead up to Mercury going into Gemini season, or Gemini. Let's see what we've got here. And then in May it will go retrograde for a little bit of time. So let's see what we've got here for my Geminis. Here we are. Okay, 1. Nothing is reversed. That's okay. Let's see what we have here. First card is the moon. Now, could that be the new moon coming? Because remember, the new moon, there will be a solar eclipse that gives more energy to the moon. And then we go into a lunar eclipse when there is the full moon. So there's some moon energy going on here. Now, with that solar eclipse, really push out all that stuff that you've been wanting, because we're in the eclipse season. So there's more energy, more power. The universe is putting more into things as we get going further and further throughout the year. Now, the moon, we have that 1-8 energy. So we have an 18-1, new beginnings, 10's transition. 8 has unlimited opportunities, possibilities. Add the 1 and the 8 together becomes a 9. 9 is you've got everything you need. Let's wrap it up. So we have the moon, Archangel Heniel. The thing about the moon, is there's a lot of spiritual energy here. There's a lot of connecting with that higher power energy. There's a lot of not knowing everything in the plan. And so because we don't know everything, it's always a little bit difficult to trust. So there's a little bit of a trust issue here for you. Now, sometimes the moon will be, just trust your path, trust your path. I'm just feeling like this is a week that you may be, because you don't know, you might not be necessarily trusting as much. Now, because it's the moon, and the moon doesn't necessarily shine its light brightly like the sun does, I do feel like this is going to be there's going to be a lot of trust issues. Just kind of like, do I really do this? I don't really trust my path. I don't trust where I'm going. I'm going to tell you, my Geminis, to trust your intuition, because, while I feel like the moon, especially leading up to this new moon, is going to be good, it's going to be positive, I want, the moon could also be telling you to trust your intuition more so. And we're getting a lot of trusting the intuition here too. But with the moon, I feel like there's not everything that's being exposed, not everything that, so I kind of get, if it seems too good to be true, it probably is. look into things a little bit deeper. Look into things, really research whatever this is that you need to research. Okay. It is the opportunity to improve your plans, listen to your intuition for accurate guidance, face your fears, and grow stronger. Next card is Decision. The Decision card is the Devil card, okay, in the traditional. So the Moon is the Moon, but this is the Devil card. So 15 has some change energy. Now, the Devil card has a lot of different energies with it. There's a lot of fear, facing fears. It's like, do I want to stay where I'm at, or do I want to venture into the unknown? Remember, the Moon is kind of telling you that if you step out, it is unknown. You have to kind of trust, but do I really want to do that? But staying where you're at is not comfortable. And you're finding that you're not necessarily liking who you're becoming by staying where you're at. So there's some really interesting dynamics here. So it's kind of like, what are you going to do? What are you going to do, my Gemini? So there's some questions that are being, that you need to ask yourself. There's questions. Do I like what I'm doing? Do I like where I'm at? Do I like what I'm about to enter into? Do I like it? Do I like it? The interesting thing about the Decision is that you do have the power, you do have the authority to let things go. Sometimes I'm also feeling too that, and I know we're going to go down a little bit of a different path here. I'm kind of feeling like there's some ancestral issues here. So really with the ancestral issues, this is something, my Geminis, you have the ability to speak out and say, I disconnect, I cut all cords that, from ancestral curses, ancestral, bondage that does me harm. Okay, you can keep the ones that do you good, the strengths that the things that you've learned from, but the ones that do you harm, I cut them and I banish them, however you want to say about this. But there is some, this is very much decision energies, and you have to make the decision what you're going to do. Release yourself from that which holds you back, a need to detox. Now, that can also be with an addiction, but the addiction, again, I don't know why, and I don't go down this road too often. I do believe in ancestral curses. I do believe in some cords from the, but you can cut them. But kind of like, if your parent was, had an addiction, and, it's like it's a series of addictions. And again, it's like, I can cut this. I can cut this. Again, you cannot cut this by yourself. I will tell you that. You can be the one to make the choice, but then give that to higher power and ask higher power to cut any of those cords. Whoever needed that one. Anyway, a need to detox, unnecessary worry based on a lack of self-confidence. And many of you have probably even done that. But last card is the Six of Ariel. So this is, so whatever this is, there's a lot of you learning to, maybe learning to trust your intuition, learning to trust, maybe even higher power. This could even be one of those times that you actually have a deeper soul source, okay? A deeper connection with your soul source, because the Moon is saying to you, there's things hidden that, you just don't know about. It could be both good, could be both bad. But again, in the Decision, which is the 15, is telling you that, you do have the power, you do have the option, you do have the ability to release yourself. But I'm going to tell you, the only way that I have found that I've been able to do that is through my higher power, okay? And when I've done that, when I've said, I release, I cut all of this, it's really an amazing feeling, okay? So take some time. Put yourself in your sacred spot and have maybe a good conversation. Now we come to the Six of Ariel, which actually it's interesting because we go from that supernatural into that natural energy. So 6 is the number of man. It's the energy you put into something. Ariel is our Taurus, which we're in the season of Taurus. It is our Virgo. It is also our Capricorn. It is money, job, career. It is also home. Very tangible energy. And this is needs being provided for in a magical way. A lot of times this is unexpected money, but this could also be whatever you are working on in that spiritual or in that supernatural. It comes down to the natural. So however you do make those disconnections, however you do, remember we're in the waning part of the moon, so it's a great time to release and relinquish. Release what's holding you back, and you can say, I release whatever's holding me back in the super and natural worlds, and I relinquish what doesn't help you. Okay, and then you can start requesting again. So we have, so if you have the 1-5, that becomes a 6, and then we have a 6 again. So interesting with this too. So there's a lot of this supernatural. Really connect with your higher power. Really get into your sacred spot and say, hey, whatever's really been keeping me in a state of whatever this state is, I want it gone. I want it gone. Because then the 6 of Ariel is all positive, and it actually says, magic happens. So material needs get fulfilled in magical and unexpected ways. Acts of kindness, giving or receiving with a grateful heart. Now that kind of leads me back to that strength card in the introduction also. So you've got, like I said, sacred space. Get into your sacred space. Have a really good soul source discussion. Okay? And really what I do is, I just, higher power, God, source, I just talk. And then I do quiet myself to hear and to listen. Okay, let's see what we've got with the guardian angels. Reversed. 10 of action. Well, 10s are very transitional numbers. 1, new beginning. 0, God source energy. Action is fire. Leo, Sagittarius, Aries. This is busy energy. This is working too hard energy. So maybe that's what the thing is about this. Maybe you've been doing so much, and that's what's keeping you in some sort of a bondage. What's keeping you from, from having that connection. Take the time. Take the time to connect. So you're working too hard. The angels are asking you to find a healthier balance between your career and your personal life. Be willing to ask for help from others in order to lighten your load so that you can take better care of yourself. Straining to make others happy can be harmful to your health. And that could be your bondage issue. Maybe you're maybe you're working too hard for everybody else. Again, get into your sacred spot, and and if you don't have one, you can make one. It's just wherever you can be quiet. Sometimes that's in my car. Okay, let's go on and see what crystal or energy. It doesn't have to be, pretty, and, it's lovely if you can do candles and, incense and all those lovely things. I mean, that's nice ambiance, but my car has been a very sacred spot for me. Okay, let's see what we have. What crystal or energy for my Geminis would be helpful for you. Reversed. Malachite. It's good for pain relief, transformation, vision, powerful protection. Interesting. So my Geminis, it's a lot of this week is about taking a little time, trusting, and now for you, take some time, find your sacred spot, connect with your soul source. Anyway, my Geminis, take a moment also to like, share, subscribe, click on the bell for notifications. As always, my Geminis, know that you are loved. Stay shining and be blessed. Bye-bye.